A few months ago, I made a video called Top Off Your Preps, which was basically a list of recommended things to do to top off your current emergency preparedness supplies. When I did that particular video, I did not include a PDF document that you could download. Well, for this video, I have included a PDF document that contains all of the recommendations from that previous video, in addition to recommendations that you left in the comments section of that video. You could download this PDF by clicking the link in the description box below. So let's get started now with a list of things to do to top off your existing emergency preparedness supplies prior to a potential emergency. Let's get started. This checklist assumes that you've already been prepping for a while and are not starting off from scratch. Many of these to-do tasks are things to think about prior to a hurricane or a blizzard, but they could also be done prior to large events that may result in civil unrest, such as political election results. Remember, always prioritize food and water first before moving on to any other additional items. The concept of topping off could also be for non-physical things. For example, if you think a potential emergency may happen, you might want to brush up on your first aid or CPR or other skills prior to that possible emergency situation occurring. In that last video, I said top off a whole bunch of times and people were starting to have a drinking game based off of it. So I'd like to apologize for anyone that happened to get extremely drunk from watching that video. So again, download that PDF document. I'm just going to list off all of the categories and top off tasks that are listed in the PDF checklist. Here are the things recommended for topping off your food. If you feel that a possible emergency event is soon to happen and you just want to bunker in place for a little bit, it would be a good idea to do a one pay cycle grocery run. So whatever you do for your normal grocery run, for example on payday, just do another one of those, but this time a little early. So on the checklist I have fill up your refrigerator supplies, fill up your freezer supplies, top off your pantry supplies, and restock your pet food supply. Another thing that you should consider doing is topping off your canning supplies. So getting a few extra of the 1-pint jars, lids, canning salt, etc. If you happen to have a power outage for an extended period of time, you may want to consider moving that meat that was previously stored in the freezer over to cans by using a pressure canner. For water, fill up any empty or low water jugs that you happen to have. We like using the 5-gallon water jugs. Next, go over to the ATM and make sure you have some cash on hand. Now, Dave Ramsey recommends having $1,000 in cash ready to go, but just do whatever you could afford. Again, smaller bills are preferred. Next, here's a list of recommendations for things to do with regard to electronics. So you want to fully charge your large power banks like your Energy or Goal Zero or Anchor power banks, fully charge all of your cell phones, fully charge all handheld radios, fully charge all your tablets and handheld gaming devices. This is something that'll be handy for the kids. You want to fully charge all cordless electronic tools like your drills and saws. Just make sure they're ready to go, just in case. And then lastly, you want to make sure that you fully charge all of your rechargeable flashlights like your O-Light flashlights. Another thing to do for electronics is to refill your AA and AAA battery supply. You may want to consider adding a couple extra CR2302s or CR123s if you happen to have red dot sights, if applicable. Next, let's go over things to top off for your fuel. So again, fill up all of your vehicle gas tanks. Next, fill up all of your generator fuel tanks. Fill up any empty propane tanks that you use for your barbecue. Fill up your firewood supply if you happen to have a wood-burning stove. And then also fill up your charcoal supply for your barbecue, Dutch oven, and other things. Here's a few of the hygiene things that I think are most important. So just buy one large pack of paper towels, one large pack of toilet paper, extra jug of laundry detergent, buy a box of baby wipes such as the Kirkland Signature baby wipes that you could get over at Costco, an extra jug of bleach. For illumination, make sure you fill up your candle supply if you use candles. For medications, just top off all of your basic over-the-counter medications and supplements that you already have in your home. So check to see if you're low on anything like the painkillers, allergy medicine, heartburn medication, multivitamins, and things like that. Next, make sure you refill your monthly prescription bottles. I've been switching over to a 90-day supply, which I think is preferred. For morale, I recommend filling up on your alcohol, cigarettes, or any kind of stress reliever supplies that you need. Also for morale, just pick up some extra sweets and other comfort food. If applicable, for self-defense, just fill up on your ammunition. And for your vehicle, in addition to filling up the gas tank, make sure that you've topped off some of the basic set of supplies for a vehicle, such as enough supplies for an oil change, making sure you have some windshield wiper blades, backup headlights and taillights, maybe even an extra car battery, and things like that. So I have all of those items listed in this Top Off Your Preps checklist. So I have a column that has an X on it that has just a blank cell in there. So you're just going to check those off as you go one by one to topping off your emergency preparedness supplies. Again, this checklist assumes that you already have been prepping for a little bit. If you have the financial means, it might be a good idea to pay 1 or 2 months ahead on your bills, such as your electricity bill, the home heating fuel bill, and more. That's going to do it for this video featuring the checklist for topping off your preps. Again, that PDF is available for download in the description box below. Please leave your comments below in the comment section regarding this video. Are there any other things that I forgot to include in this checklist? Leave your comments below in the comment section, and I'll try to keep this PDF up to date based off of the information that's provided by you in the comment section. So if you see a comment that you think would be a good addition, make sure you give that comment a thumbs up. That'll help me see which ones are the most recommended to be sure that they're included in a future version of this checklist. I hope that you guys enjoyed watching this video featuring the Top Off Your Preps Checklist PDF. Stay tuned for more emergency preparedness videos, and I'll see you next time. Take care.